afternoon and a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D. This is Afternoon Express and I think it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, good afternoon indeed and welcome. I'm Bonnie Booley.
So I'm so excited, okay? So if you didn't catch the news last night, and it's all over social media, Elon Musk last night announced his plans that he wants to be able to send people to Mars by as early as 2024. And he's going to set up like little homesteads.
Now, if you had the opportunity, honestly, would you go?
So, do you remember, what's his name? Richard Branson was doing a similar kind of thing.
Right.
But Richard Branson's team are going up for life. So Elon Musk's first team are going up for life to like kind of set up the community. But if they get it right, he wants to be able to set up flights that you can, it takes a year to get there, and he'll send a flight every 24 months, which means, I mean, if you only have to be there for 2 years.
Then you don't mind.
I'll go to Mars. Why not? I've been everywhere else.
Please write.
I'll email you. I'll Snapchat you from Mars.
What's going on the show today? We chat to de-clutter queen Kate Emmerson, and she started an initiative called Desk Day, which encourages people to clear up their workspace.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible.
I mean, don't you feel like you need to declutter all the time? Like from my handbag to like just my life.
Garage. I mean, I don't even want to know what's in there. I'm pretty sure there's a rat somewhere there.
And we also look into a new beauty product that's taking over the beauty industry by storm. It's called micellar water. I've got like 3 bottles and they're like everywhere. I swear by it.
Speaking about the rats in my garage, there's also a rat in my kitchen.
If only we were making Ratatouille, that joke would have made perfect sense. I know the ladies are very excited to head to Mars because apparently all the men are from Mars, right? When are we going to Venus, Elon Musk? We want to know. We want to know. Joining me in the kitchen today is none other than Clem Pedro, resident chef, making our first recipe for the day. And we're doing something interesting because it is carb clever. Tell me.
It is. So we're taking on the takeaway today, and it's going to be an amazing fried rice, but it's not your normal rice.
It's going to be
Cauliflower rice.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. So that looks absolutely amazing. So this dish is going to come up a little bit later. Your keyword to get all the ingredients and a link to the recipe is prawn today. You'll have to SMS that to 33650 at the cost of R1.50. But don't stress yourself. All those details coming up a little bit later on the show. When we make this incredible dish, we'll show you all the little tricks and tips. Now, I've got another important guest with us on the show today. It's a chef that's never been in the kitchen with me. It's a chef that's never actually been on Afternoon Express before. A very warm welcome to you, madame. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well, thank you.
Would you do me the absolute honor of introducing yourself to the whole of South Africa?
Hi everyone, I'm Renuka Lal Bahadur and I'm very, very excited to be here on Afternoon Express.
Yay! Renuka was our winner of our Sasco competition. She created a recipe that blew us away. And I must be honest with you, don't tell the rest of South Africa this, but before the live show today, I managed to take a little taste of it. It is so delicious. So you have to wait for all those details later on. And part of the winning of that competition meant that she won herself a prize. And I'd like to welcome Riaz, the senior brand manager for Sasco, into the studio with us today, into the kitchen. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you. Wow, this is heavy. I hope you're not overweight on your flight back. Congratulations on winning the Sasco competition. And just so you know that Sasco is truly privileged to be a part of your family's lives.
Awesome. So tell me more about what's in here. What does she get to win?
Wow.
Pretty much everything.
A giant red toaster. Apparently all your appliances are red.
Except my toaster is silver.
Except your toaster. Well, now it is. And lots of amazing Sasco products. So from the breads to the flours to the bake mixes. I guess you'll be busy for a few months.
Oh, well, we cannot wait for more of those recipes to come out. Riaz, thank you so much. Don't forget, if you guys want to learn how she made her incredible recipe, we'll be making it later on in the show. What is it called, by the way?
It's the donut disturbed muffins.
Oh, it's a donut disturbed muffin. If that sounds delicious, stay tuned to Afternoon Express right up until 6 o'clock this evening. Let's kick off the show on the couch.
Thanks, Danilo. Now, our first guest of the day is the creator and founder of ilovemelva.com. And her name is Lauren Wallett, and she is absolutely amazing. She creates custom creative strategies for businesses and individuals to get their brand to the next level. She's also the author of a book called Human Doing, which aims to empower readers with the confidence and inspiration to stop just being and start doing. I love that you've written that book. Welcome, Lauren.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a procrastinator's manual, right?
Definitely.
So what's the book actually about?
So it's about taking yourself to the next level and about making very conscious choices that inform intentional doings. So being very authentic to who you are so that every single thing that you do reflects that truth.
But by authentic to who we are, what do you mean? Because
So I think a lot of people spend their life projecting who they think they should be onto society instead of reflecting who they truly are. So this book kind of makes you look at what you're doing and question, why are you doing it? Is it in alignment with your truth, or are you just trying to fit in? This is saying it's time to be who you truly are.
Now, let's give you background here. So now, and why I'm so obsessed that Lauren has written this book. So I met Lauren when you were first a contestant on the Presenter Search.
Yes.
And she was amazing.
Yeah.
But why did you enter that, by the way?
I entered that actually at the time when I was completely reevaluating my life. I just moved back to Durban, and it was the same time when I did the Presenter Search when I started actually writing the blog posts, which now have formed the bulk of this book.
Okay.
So it was kind of a whole a redo, I would say.
But you had written your whole life.
Oh yeah, I've been writing since I was age 5. So that was my first and foremost thing, well, writing. I mean, I was getting my mother to, be the scribe for me and write.
Well, that's still amazing.
I would love to know the kind of content that you were coming up with at 5 years old.
Yeah, it was interesting. Creative content, I would say, yeah.
But why I'm so happy that she's done this book is because Lauren really does get people, and she tries to, and she gets herself, and if she doesn't, she tries to like dig in to try and understand everything and everybody.
Wow. So I always think that people are like different degrees of messy, and the whole thing is just kind of unpacking that spaghetti mess that you have and just trying to understand if I'm feeling something, is what I'm doing in accordance with that.
Right, right.
You believe everybody needs help, though?
Yeah, of course.
Well, everybody does need help.
Everybody needs help.
What do you mean? Okay, we'll leave the perfect people out of this conversation. You speak about a concept called self-actualization. What is that?
So another word for actualization would be becoming. So it's taking yourself from where you currently are to where you ultimately want to become or get to. So almost like your destiny of the person that you could be if you started stripping away all the things that held you back, all your insecurities, your self-doubt, and you just started revealing the truth of your nature.
Yeah, and you speak about confidence. How do we develop confidence? I mean,
Yeah,
and how often do we need confidence? Because we immediately assume it's a personality thing. Oh, she looks confident. But I mean, I think confidence is far-reaching into very different aspects of our lives.
Totally. I think confidence is something everyone needs, and it can be developed over time. So even if you don't have it, you're an insecure person, if you start practicing just confidence-building tips, 8 of which are in the book, you can definitely start to improve your confidence, and that just kind of gives you the momentum to keep going and keep moving forward.
I want to go through some of those tips. Confidence building. You know, we suffer.
Well, obviously. And then you also speak about the concept of giving yourself the gift of headspace.
Yes.
What does that mean? What does that look like?
So if your mind is cluttered and it's full of all these thoughts and contrasting ideas like most of us have, it's very hard to have the clarity to become a creative channel, to start actually knowing what is it that you want to do in your one and only life.
Yeah.
So it's very important just to start eliminating certain people, places and activities that aren't in accordance with with productive pursuits, that are maybe more destructive tendencies.
Right, like could you give us an example?
So I think a lot of us have friends that sometimes we hang out with, which afterwards we'll feel a little bit drained, or they take our energy, or they don't add value or make us feel uplifted. But yet we surround ourselves with people because we think we should or we must, or if you have any of those thoughts in your head of you must do, it's the right thing to do, it's kind of going, don't do what is expected, do what is true that expresses who you are. So making those choices.
What happens if a person kind of doesn't know what the true truth is? Like, what happens if they are actually right and I am wrong, and that element of self-doubt?
So it's totally just about your own personal truth. So everyone has a different version of what that is. And again, it's about digging deep and looking inside yourself and going, what's true for me?
But how? That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know how to do.
How did you know you had all these answers, Lauren? How did you know, like, you were right, you've got this life thing down, and you're going to write a book about it?
So what happened was I'd built up my life to a certain point that was everything that I thought that was expected. So I had the house, the husband, the business, all these things in place because I thought this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And I realized that if something is not authentic, it's ultimately not sustainable. So that's when I had to kind of redo it all and start practicing a new way of being that was in accordance with my truth, which maybe isn't the life that suits everyone, or it's certainly not the white picket fence life, but it's a life now that is sustainably successful because I've customized it according to who I am.
Yeah.
And I think we should all be doing that.
Yeah. If we were to do a quick scan of our lives, what would be the first thing we should check out to see if we're living an authentic life? Just one thing.
The best thing you can do is to start monitoring your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So if you have a thought, do you feel the same thing that your thought tells you? And do you do something which is in alignment with your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions? Or do you think something, and because you feel something else, your action comes out and it's like not at all what you expected. So you think, I can't believe I did that, or I don't know why I said that. If you're in those states more often than not, then you kind of need to do a little bit of adjustment.
Oh, wow. Danilo does that a lot.
I think we all do. Yeah.
I'm teasing. Let's see what Danilo's up to in the kitchen.
All I'm going to say is later on in the show, right on Afternoon Express, we're going to continue this conversation, but moving our direction more towards uncluttering your life, decluttering it. So if you're feeling like all of those feelings are you, then make sure you stay tuned later on right here to Afternoon Express. Also, Clement and myself, we're going to get started on this delicious dish, because I know I cheated yesterday really, really bad with a whole bunch of chocolate. So if you want to try and make a carb, clever, conscious choice with yours, we're going to make a cauli fried rice later on right here on Afternoon Express. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, I'm loving reading through all of your social media comments, Twitter, Facebook, all about Lauren Wallett's conversation that I've been having on the couch. Really fascinating stuff. And if you guys would like to win her book, it's called Human Doing. All the details and the T's and C's are on our website. It's afternoonexpress.co.za. But keep those tweets, keep those Facebook comments coming through. We love hearing from you. And speaking about humans doing things, us humans in the kitchen are going to be making something super delicious. Because yesterday I did this thing. I went on a really long drive. And because there was nothing healthy in the region, I ended up eating a whole bunch of like chips and chocolates on the way home, and I felt really bad for myself. So I'm trying to find something that's carb clever to substitute all of that.
Well, you're not near Woolworths.
No, that's the thing. No, it was really sad. I literally went to a dorpie. It was like in the middle of nowhere.
Well, let's get cooking. Let's sort out that carb clever craving that you got right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a smoking hot pan. Can you see how hot this is?
It's literally smoking.
It's literally smoking. It's the only time we condone smoking.
Yeah. It's the only thing that's less smoking hot than you. I mean, more than you. That's terrible.
That's inappropriate. It's okay.
Let's carry on.
So I've got some garlic and ginger that's going to go, and that's a good base to start off any Asian dish.
Yes.
So that goes in there. That's going to start frying up amazing. You can really smell it.
That sound is the best thing in the world.
It's like it's my ringtone. It's my ringtone. I've got some chili that just went in there as well. Get that going. You can already smell it. It's amazing, and that's really hot. So I'm going to turn it down. But then into that, Dan, I'm going to actually ask you. Actually, I've got this.
I wish I could do that with my life. Just turn down my hotness, you know. I just wish that was a thing. Yo, that is hot. What do you need from me?
Okay,
I wasn't actually listening.
I've got some garlic and chili prawns. Okay. And that's going to go in. It's really hot, so I'm going to get this in quickly. Nice. So the garlic and chili prawns are already cooked. So
okay. So you kind of just want to give them a nice grill on the outside. Give them a nice colouring.
It is. And it's all about convenience today. So we want to...
Oh, look at that flame.
Look at that flame. I've perfected how to do this now on this stove.
If you're new to Afternoon Express, this literally took him a year and a half. It literally took him a year and a half. Every time he tried was a fail.
So the prawns go in.
Yeah.
And today's theme about being carb clever is not just about that. It's about a modern take on vegetables and how we can incorporate more vegetables into our diet. Yes. But also, like I said, the modern twist with it. I don't know if you've seen how obsessed I've been with the spiralized vegetables that have been coming from Woods lately.
Yes.
Another one of the modern takes on the classic vegetable is the cauliflower rice.
Yes. So I've noticed everyone, my cousin is obsessed because she's got a whole bunch of things wrong with her, like her intestines, etc. And so this has been her real lifesaver in so many ways. Yeah.
Cauliflower rice is amazing. It's it really is. And besides using it as a rice substitute, there's so many other uses for it. You can have it raw as well as a base for a salad, which is really good.
And the flavor's not so intense. Everyone thinks cauliflower flavors are so intense, like it's going to overpower everything. It really isn't. It's a nice subtle flavor, and it's a really good way, like you said, of incorporating your vegetables into a daily meal. So good stuff. Yeah, go for it.
So spring onion goes in. You notice it kept it quite chunky because you don't want to just lose all those flavors and all the ingredients by chopping everything really fine. And you can see that literally looks like rice.
Yes, it does. It looks exactly like a rice. A really nice fine rice. It almost looks like a couscous. It could be a couscous.
And that's a great substitute as well. Instead of using couscous, why don't you use this? Yeah. So a little soy sauce goes in there.
A little bit of saltiness because obviously your cauliflower is quite a... I'm not going to call it bland, that's wrong. It's quite a neutral flavour.
It is a neutral flavour. And then some sweet chilli goes in. And then another one of my obsessions is Korean barbecue sauce. Also available in Woolly shelves.
That's a secret little weapon you got there.
It is. So that goes in there to make sure that heat is still on.
Cool.
And then just give everything an amazing toss together.
Flavour, that sweetness of the barbecue sauce you're throwing in there, make sure the salty, make sure the neutrals, make sure the fresh ingredients you got there. Flavour, chili, garlic, yummy.
Perfect.
Is it just like that?
It is. So Dan, I was actually thinking like you could totally do this, and I actually think you could do it in under 5 minutes as well.
Honestly, this is one of the quickest recipes I've ever seen you make on Afternoon Express, and I'm very, very proud because honestly, I leave this home. What time? We finish the show at 6 o'clock. I have to leave there and somehow make food. So this is a really, really nice way to get something done nice, quick, and easy. And if you're feeling like you're the same person, we're looking to add more vegetables to your diet, and you're wanting to do it in a nice, quick, and easy way, get this recipe. A link to all of the ingredients, well, link to the recipe and all the ingredients. You can SMS the keyword prawn to 33650 at a cost of R1.50, and it's simple like that. You can get all the details on how to make this delicious, delicious dish for your family or your friends right at home. And if you've missed any of the different steps that we made on the show today, here's a quick recap.
Kate Emmerson, or the Quick Shift Diva, was on our show earlier in the year, and in her books and motivational talks, she urges people to rid themselves of physical clutter, emotional baggage, personal fears, and limiting beliefs. This coming Friday, the 30th of September, she started something called Desk Day, where she urges everyone to declutter their workspace so that they can live light and live large, as she says. Welcome to the loft.
Hi,
Kate.
ladies. I talk about ditch your dodgy desk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is definitely one.
These are sounding like miraculous things you're talking about.
Well, I think, you know, if you ladies help me, we might be able to do some stuff.
Well, after we had you on the show last time, my mum phoned me and was like, oh, I want that woman to move into my house. And I was like, no, wait, me first. Because something like this, okay, my house is quite organised, but when I see mess like this and clutter like this, I avoid.
And you know, I was listening to you guys chat to Lauren earlier because this also represents what's going on in someone's mind and in someone's heart. So it's as within, so without. And you know, there's always these theories about, oh, if I have a messy desk, I can be much more creative. But there's another flip side that's saying if we have a more organised desk, we have a little bit of headspace, a little bit of white space, a little bit of clarity.
I'm a little bit worried if you found this.
Yeah, I was talking about that rat you said. Maybe the rat is on the desk. So can we start getting some of this stuff off?
Whose desk was this?
I don't think we should actually say on TV whose this is. So, ladies, can we get doing while we talk? So I think we need to get rid of all of the food and the bacteria.
Can we
Let's
put it
get
here?
that going. Whoops.
I think we can put that there.
Okay.
Are you not touching her?
I tried to, but she was holding on very tight to it.
And you know, so it's always about just a little bit of clarity, a little bit of energy. So how do you make space so that you live lighter? So that when you come to your desk, I want you to think about, can you greet your desk? And can it greet you so that you're like, wow, I actually really want to get to this work. And so I'm mobilising South Africa to clear up their desks as fast as possible. So I bought some little things. So these are an amazing little handy device. So what happens is when you've got wires, you know, they always sit everywhere, and you literally just flip them through so that they're always stuck waiting for you. Oh, I have little magic things all over. And you would sit this on the side of your desk. But what we need to do first, and I'll come back to that, is let's start getting all of these post-it put together. And I need you to do these books, Bonnie. So something is about, does it look beautiful? So think of your dining room. So I want you to put all the spines facing the same way, put the biggest on the bottom, and I don't want to know what else is under there. I think we've got some files and we've got all sorts of things, and they all need to be the same way, and we put like with like. So I quite like this little thing here with the
it's taking me like a minute just to do this one thing.
But when it's done, it's done. I quite like that. We've got, we can put that in here, and I've got a magic little device. Look at this. So this actually is for baking trays at home. That looks pretty cool, Jeannie.
Thank you.
This is either for baking trays, it's also for pot lids, but if you put it on your desk, look what happens. So look what happens to this. If we make a little bit of magic on this desk, look at this. So we have some things that actually have some space. Shove it in, Julie, shove it in. Out of sight, out of mind.
Am I fixing these as well? What am I fixing this down here?
Okay, so are there some files? Maybe we turn them all the same way.
Absolutely.
And in fact, if there's anything that looks like it's old archive stuff, it doesn't need to be on the real estate. Do you know what?
On the real estate. Okay.
This is your most expensive real estate, and everything here needs to be purposeful. It's what Lauren was talking about, mindful, on point, so that it's all engaged and you feel authentic when you come to your desk.
Right. Yeah.
And then look at this. So do you know when you've got all those wires and you've no idea what on earth they're for, and a year later you go, I have no idea where my BlackBerry charger is.
Oh,
so
you're
look
a
at these.
labeler.
I'm such a labeler. Look at these. You pop it round your wire so you never again have to look at what that wire is. Kaboom. Isn't that beautiful? Your mom wants me, not you, Jeannie.
So what's the trick when you have to travel a lot with everything that you own?
So you've got
people like us who don't have an office,
like
but
me
we're freelancers and we work everywhere.
Exactly. So you think about hotspotting. So you've got to have everything much more organised on your laptop and on your, obviously, I use Evernote, I use my iPad, I use my iPod, and everything has to sync together. So apps can be really, really beautiful for that. And you've got to think about every time you go to a desk, you just need to flip open your laptop. Thank you. I was looking at that thinking, I don't like that here. It's bothering me too.
It's bothering me too.
Yes, thank you, Jeannie. And please get rid of that. Thank you so much. And I'm also looking, look, there's a beautiful little plant here, so I'm sure that should come and be more purposeful. And this, okay, do you use these? Do you use these?
No, nobody
uses
these.
these.
Those are so gross.
And I don't know that, I think that should go to Mars.
But I find that in a bit to have a clean space, because when a space is cluttered, I actually feel a lot of anxiety. But in a bit to kind of clear it up, I sometimes get more disorganized because I'm putting things where they shouldn't go.
So that's the thing, everything needs a home. So I always say once a year, so which is why Friday for Desk Day, go through every single thing in your office, all your filing, get rid of all the junk, and give everything a home. So when you come and create and you've got a project, you can have a little bit of chaos, but at the end of it, everything has a purposeful place to go back to. So you're not just shoving it behind, you know, the picture frame here. You know exactly where to put it and why, because it's about retrieval. So when I want the marker, I know exactly where the marker is. I don't have to think, where on earth is my marker? And I go running around the house. For me, it's about time. It's not so much about being OCD or anal retentive or super organised. It's about not wasting one iota of time looking for the stuff that I need in order to do my beautiful job.
That's amazing. Jeannie's given herself like
She's like, I had a spa day while you guys were cleaning.
And I think this needs to go to Mars.
I just still want to bribe you to come and live with me.
I can come and live with you, but then I'll have to have those tunes, thank you.
These are all yours.
Thank you so much. That's really cool.
Thank you so much for all the valid advice.
Thank you. I still might need to come over there and have a look and see what you've actually done.
I'm not sure what to throw away here.
So it's all about making it look beautiful and easy on the eye. Like when you go into a shop, easy on the eye.
Absolutely. I think Dan's making the kitchen look easy on the eye.
I'm honestly taking notes. Super mom galore. Should be like the ideal person to have for an ADD kid's life. Me would be absolutely amazing. Now, after the break, right here on Afternoon Express, have you ever wondered how much fluid you should intake into your system every single day? Shimendra Naidu's got all of those details.
Welcome to the Fresh Pack Natural Goodness series. We regularly need reassurance that we're making healthy choices for ourselves and for our families. Fortunately, with the natural goodness of Fresh Pack, you know you're doing just that. We've all heard that increasing your fluid intake can be beneficial to our health and that we should be consuming about 2 litres of water a day. But how much fluid is too little and what complications can this lead to? We're joined again by Dr. Shimendra Naidu. Welcome to the Loft, Doctor.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us again.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so why is fluid intake important for our health?
Well, firstly, fluids, and specifically water, is so important for your body. Did you know that 60% of your body is actually water?
Yeah, that part I knew.
Ah, okay, fine, okay, fine. But you are very, very smart. So, yeah, so 60% of your body is actually water, and water, fluids, is actually integral in taking toxins away from your body, as well as nutrients towards specific organs.
Right.
Yeah, it's integral in all the cellular processes in your body.
Okay. How much should we be taking in? What's too little?
Well, generally people say the 8x8 rule. So 8 ounces of water, 8 glasses a day. So 8x8. Now, generally that's okay as a rule of thumb, but it's already too little. For men, it's roughly about 13 cups a day, which is 3 liters, and for women, it's about 9 cups a day, which is about 2.2 liters. But it also depends on your health status, because if you're ill, then you need more. Yes, because as you get a fever, you start breathing more, you start losing more through your breath. If you're in a very hot climate that's very humid, you start sweating a lot. And also, depending on your age. Kids generally need less because of their smaller body surface area, and adults generally need more.
So how can we tell if we're not taking in enough fluids?
Generally, if you start to feel thirsty, you're already a little bit dehydrated. So what you need to do is continually hydrate throughout the day, even before you're thirsty. When you get a bit thirsty, when you're getting a bit dehydrated, you start to feel a little bit more lethargic, you feel a bit fatigued, you get that headache, and that's usually what you feel.
Wow. And doctor, what is the impact of not taking in enough fluids?
Now, because fluids are so integral to all the bodily processes, by not taking in enough fluids, you're actually retaining those toxins and you're not getting nutrients to all the important organs. So generally you'd feel the headache, you'd feel impaired consciousness or concentration rather, and worst case scenario is actually death. Dehydration is so bad.
Oh, and if we're exercising, should we be taking in more than 2 liters a day?
Generally, if you're quite active, you should be taking in more. So hydrating adequately during the activities that you're doing if you're exercising, and then after as well. Now, if you're doing intense long distance running, cycling, or any intense activity, you actually need not just hydration, but you also need your electrolytes, because you're replacing the water, but through your sweat you're losing your electrolytes like sodium, potassium, well, chloride. And yes, so you're replacing the water, but you're not replacing the electrolytes. So generally, with long, intense activity, you also need to replace your electrolytes.
And does the same apply for adults and children?
Well, children have a smaller body surface area, so they don't require as much fluids. So if an adult male who's healthy in a temperate region would take 3 liters, an adult female would take about 2.2. For a child from about 5 to 8, they would take a liter. From about 9 to 12, about 1.5 liters is fine, and then from 13 plus, about 2 liters is okay.
Do all liquids constitute as fluid intake?
Well, there's also fluids and water in food. So 20% of your water is actually coming from your food.
From your food?
Yes.
If you're not just eating bread all day?
Well, if you're not just eating bread all day, yes, of course.
Carbs are bad, see?
Well, not entirely. A balanced diet is good. A balanced diet is good. But fluids aren't all made equal. So if you're drinking a lot of caffeinated beverages, generally, like coffee, for example, stimulates your urination response. So you end up losing a lot of fluids as well. So it's not all equal. Generally, you should avoid sweetened beverages, beverages with high caffeine.
How do we make sure we're getting in the required fluid intake throughout the day? Because sometimes when I'm about to go to bed, I realize that I haven't drunk any water, and then I try to down 2 liters before I go to bed.
Well, that's not the best way to handle your fluid. What I like to recommend to patients is to just continually have a bottle of water with you during the day, or spice it up a little and have something that you enjoy. What I like to have is rooibos. Rooibos is absolutely amazing because it's non-caffeinated, it's naturally sweet, and Fresh Pack also comes in a lot of nice flavors. There's echinacea, there's hoodia, which makes it very interesting. And now with summer approaching, you don't realize how much you're losing. So it's nice to just keep a bottle of iced rooibos with you and sip it throughout the day.
What are the nutritional benefits of drinking an alternative like rooibos?
Well, rooibos is packed with antioxidants. I absolutely love rooibos. And when you're sick, you need those antioxidants. And when you're healthy, to keep you healthy, you want all those antioxidants. And the nice thing is, like I said, it has no caffeine in it, so it's not going to keep you up all night, have you fatigued the next day.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
Fresh Pack Rooibos is all about choosing the healthy way, whether you choose the classic range or the many flavoured or herbal options such as hoodia, echinacea, ginseng or chamomile. It's easier to enjoy all the beneficial antioxidants, no caffeine, and of course the natural goodness of Fresh Pack Rooibos. And it's delicious served hot or cold. If you'd like to win a Fresh Pack hamper consisting of a selection of delicious teas, SMS the keyword Fresh Pack to 33650 now. SMSs cost R1.50, T's and C's apply, and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Until next week, keep yourself and your family happy, healthy, and enjoying life with the natural goodness of Fresh Pack Rooibos.
I think actually I need more water than the doctor's saying because my jokes are so dry. To quench that would need extra fluids and liquids, I'm pretty sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a special guest with us in the loft. I introduced you to her earlier on. Renuka is a guest chef. She's never been in the loft before, and you won our Sasco competition, and she's going to be making her secret recipe for us later, which is called a...
Do not disturb muffins.
Oh, and they're so delicious. I did steal a little bite, and they are so yummy. I know your whole family's watching. Do you want to say hi?
I just want to say hello to all of my family and my friends who are watching, especially my husband, Kalesh. We both love Afternoon Express.
She says secretly that she hopes she doesn't disappoint you guys. Thanks for tuning into the show. This is what could happen if you enter all our competitions on Afternoon Express. I'd love to meet each and every one of you that watch the show every single afternoon. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3. Have you never heard of micellar water? Well, it's basically the liquid gold of the beauty industry. Making makeup removal quicker and easier isn't its only function. It also acts as a 3-in-1 all-star product for feel-good skin freshness. Oh, did we mention that it's also suitable for all skin types? Well, I met up with 3 top beauty bloggers, Candice Lee, Kenna Meyer, Nadia Jafta and Liesl Fourie, to hear it from the beauty enthusiasts themselves. So, ladies, the consensus is that micellar water is the new buzzword in the beauty industry. Why do you love the product so much?
Me, personally, I love them because they're really effective at removing makeup, grease and grime from the skin. And essentially what a micellar water is it's a gentle water that has microscopic molecules of oil inside. And these little oil molecules basically burst on the skin when you apply the micellar water.
So it's very clever because instead of having to use an oil to remove oil, because obviously oils love oil, so oil removes makeup really well and things that can't dissolve in water. So now it has these little oils that are suspended in the water, but it feels like a water on your skin. You know?
Yes.
So it has that light, comfortable feel. Because a lot of people, they don't like putting an oil on their skin, especially if you have greasy skin or it's summer and you want something that's refreshing.
So it's gentle.
So it's gentle. So before now, we'd use a lot of products that have soapy bases. Which means alcohol, exactly. So it strips your skin and it makes it feel very tight afterwards. So the cool thing about micellar water is it's been formulated with the micelles, but also with a lot of nourishing ingredients. So you have things like vitamin E, you have some skin-loving oils in there, some brands even put in vitamin A, so you have all these skincare benefits at the same time. And I think
and especially when you're like wearing a lot of makeup all the time when you get home, you don't want to go through like this long makeup removing routine. So when I do remove my makeup, then it's quick and easy and it's soothing. I don't even have to moisturize after, so I can just go straight to bed because it's so moisturizing. And if you have dry skin or combination.
But this is it. So just that easy part is so important because also a lot of them are 3-in-1 products. So it removes makeup, cleans the skin, it tones and it moisturizes as well.
I think women really want products that can do everything now. Because when
want
I get
multitaskers.
home, I don't want to complicate the process. I just want to remove my makeup and maybe sit in bed doing it with a cotton pad.
I know when I'm taking it off on my eyes, my mascara, then I usually like get all of it in my eye and it doesn't burn my eyes. Normally I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh, my eyes, and like the red eyes afterwards. So it's quite nice,
I absolutely love it, and I've got one in my bedroom and one in my bathroom and one in my makeup bag just in case.
It's become almost fashionable to take care of your skin.
Absolutely. Thank goodness.
So, you know, we've got your regular 5-step beauty routine, including scrubs, cleansers, second scrubs, toners, and then there's micellar water, the all-in-one hero product. Cosmopolitan beauty editor Joana Parathiras has the 411 on why this is every woman's beauty essential. I love you, and I love your surname. Should I say it again, Jenny? Parathiras.
Parathiras. Sorry.
You corrected me the last time.
I know, but Parathiras is how you would say it if you were in Greece.
It's Greek.
Oh,
there we go.
Thank you.
There we go.
Right. Greek goddess you. So we had a great time chatting about this micellar water, and I was just asking Jeannie if she has some, and she's like, no. And I'm like, what?
I don't have
sleeping.
any. I know, I can't believe it.
Tell us about it and how it works.
Okay, so micellar water contains little particles called micellars, and they act as little magnets, and any dirt and sebum and impurities, any nasties are attracted to these, and then you just sweep them off your skin.
No.
And what's so great about it is you don't have to wash afterwards. I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah. You don't even have to moisturize.
So it's better than water, essentially, for your face.
It is, yeah. So it's like water, but it has something that breaks oil and dirt and makeup. So it just sweeps it away.
Yeah.
So you know because I love a little evening beauty routine, and then when you wake up in the morning, everything looks. Is that the same thing with this water?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any other benefits to using it?
Well, it's really great because it's not drying, because it doesn't contain any alcohol, and it doesn't mess with your skin's natural barrier.
Yeah.
Because it's so gentle.
Yeah.
And it's great for sensitive skins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I find ever since I started using micellar water, my skin's actually smoother.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it actually really gets rid of all the grime without the stringent feeling and that dry feeling on your skin. But also what I love about it is it's so tender around the eyes.
Yeah.
What makes it such a gentle product?
It's because it is water. So there's nothing abrasive or mean in it. So it's just water sweeping across your face.
Bonnie says she's got like 3 bottles of it at home. Like, what's going to stop her from using it instead of bathing now?
Yeah. What I actually wanted to ask you is, can I drink it?
I mean, I don't know if we should, but yeah, don't, Bonnie, don't drink them.
Okay, but it says it's a 3-in-1.
Yes.
So basically, like what my 3-in-1 would do, would cleanse, tone, moisturize. This does all 3. Does it really?
All of that. No, it really does.
No, it really does.
It really, really does. I'm not one of those girls who can get makeup.
I'm answering all your questions.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
No, because you really do. You use the product and you do love it. I'm blown away because I've actually never tried it.
It's really great, and it's that easy. Pump, wipe, gone.
Yeah. You know what's actually like amazing about it is sometimes when I've run out of cotton pads, like in the middle of the night, I've actually used it as a face wash. Which you probably shouldn't, but it's actually worked.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine. It's just the cotton pad moves things
better. Yeah. Who should use micellar water?
Anybody, everybody. There's no one who shouldn't.
What happens, like, young boys that are just, you know, when their skin starts going a little bit funny? So it should be good for them.
It's great for everyone. It can be used on babies as well.
Really?
Yeah, there's special micellar waters for babies, yeah.
Oh, that is
so it really, really is gentle.
Particular micellar waters for babies, not the one for...
I am going to try drinking it and see what happens.
Please let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love to know.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Pour yourself a shot and then phone me immediately afterwards.
You've got a shot glass in your bag, so I'll just use your shot glass. Did you know that sorbet micellar water has a unique salon pump that makes using the product easier and prevents spillage and wastage? Sorbet micellar water is available at Clicks on the 3 for 2 beauty. Buy any 3 skincare products from the same offer and get the cheapest one free until the 9th of October.
That's why you've got 3 bottles at home. Now, when your skin is looking beautiful, make sure you enter the Tropica Island of Treasure. That's happening in Seychelles. Now, each day leading up to the closing date this Friday, one of their 7 celebrities have shared their summer tips in the Tropica Beach Preparation Guide. Today's hip-hop heavyweight MT.
The Tropica Beach Preparation Guide. Preparing for the elements with MT. The beach can throw it all at you. If you're not ready for it, you'll be crying. So start training ASAP. They can be howling winds, blazing sun, and rip currents. Train now, thank me later.
Remember, you've only got 2 days left until midnight this Friday, 30th September, to purchase a Tropica pack and enter if you haven't already. Here's how.
Tropica Island of Treasure is back. Are you ready to lap up the luxurious island lifestyle of the Seychelles and become a TV star? Host Minnie Dlamini and Games Master Jonathan Boynton-Lee want you to be part of one of 7 smooth teams, led by 7 of South Africa's hottest celebrities, who will all compete for a £1 million prize. Who will you choose? To enter, simply purchase a Tropica and follow instructions on pack. Visit tropica.co.za for more details and follow the conversation online using hashtag TIOT7.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, avid viewers of the show will know that we've been running a fun competition over the last few months where we asked viewers to send in their favorite recipes using Sasco products. Last week, we announced Renuka as the winner. We loved her energy on the phone so much that we invited her into studio to come and share her winning recipe with us live. Renuka, good to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so you've got a great energy. I think you were made for television. I'm just waiting for your show to come up. It'll probably be a car sale because you're Renew Car. Anyway, today you're actually going to make us something super delicious. I sneaked a taste of it in one of our ad breaks and before the live show, and I think I've eaten about 3 in total right now. They are amazing. Tell me more about them. How did you come up with this recipe?
So this recipe I found a few years ago, but I haven't had the chance to try it out. When I saw the competition on Afternoon Express, I decided, well, this is my time to try it out. So they called my donut disturbed muffins. Very easy. Anybody can bake them. It's used with the Sasco premix and a few other ingredients. And it's delicious. And
it looks so simple, but they taste so good. So let's get started. I'm going to swap sides with you so you can show me exactly what to do. What do you need from me?
Right, so I need you in this bowl to...
whisk my eggs.
Your eggs.
Ta-da! With the whites, eh?
Yes.
White and the yolks?
Yes.
Cool.
Your cooking oil.
Cool. All my wet ingredients. Ta-da!
And your
just
milk.
whisk these together.
And your milk.
Just like that. And what are you going to do in the meantime?
I'm going to get the Sasco premix into the mixer.
Cool. Can I pass it to you?
Yes, please.
So
this is the vanilla flavoured mix, and then we're going to add in our secret ingredients.
And notice she used the word secret ingredients. Every time she's been on the show, well, today, obviously, and before, during all the ad breaks and things, she keeps saying that there's a secret, there's a secret, there's a secret. We will reveal it to you, don't worry. Only if you go to the website.
Okay, once that's nice and mixed.
This is basically nice and mixed,
yes, that's right. So we're going to add in our secret ingredients, which is our cinnamon powder.
Into yours or mine?
Into mine. And our nutmeg powder.
Where's nutmeg powder?
I've got it here with my cinnamon.
Oh, cool. It's in there together.
Yes.
Nicely done. Cool. This wet ingredient's done. What is this?
That's vanilla essence. First, we're gonna add our wet ingredients into our premix.
So that's yours. You can take that out. Delicious. And obviously, if you guys don't have one of these mixers at home, they are always ideal to have, but you can just use your hands. One of these mixers is great. Renuka just said that that's probably the easiest way to get it done. And she's one of those chefs who's like me, just wants to get things done as quick and easily as possible with less lumps.
So we've added our vanilla essence in.
Okay.
And now we're just going to give this a good mix.
Cool. Nice, just like that. Obviously, if you go too fast, you're going to end up with a poopy flower face. It's like free makeup before a live television show, right?
Okay, that's well mixed now.
Simple like that.
Yes. So it's ready. All we have to do now is get a greased muffin tin.
Okay.
All right. And then we just decant into them.
Okay.
Fill it about 3/4 way full.
We don't actually have to do them all right now, which is really cool. So we'll just show you exactly how to put those in, and then that goes into the oven, I assume.
That goes into the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes until they're well risen.
Then how do you end up doing this sort of thing over here? Because I've seen the final product. There's a nice little like sugary substance on top. How do you do that?
So these are our muffins that are baked. Basically, all we do is we dip them in melted butter.
Ooh.
Okay, you can do the tops all around.
Okay.
And then into a mixture of cinnamon powder
and sugar?
And caster sugar, yes.
Cool. The finer the sugar, obviously, the better. And you want to try and incorporate that cinnamon and the sugar together.
Yes.
Because that cinnamon that's already inside the muffin has got a really nice taste to it already. But just adding to the top adds that sweetness and that yumminess.
Yes, and there we have it.
Delicious.
If you want to be adventurous, you can roll your entire muffin in your melted butter and then into your caster sugar and your...
It's so simple and so delicious, and I promise you they taste so amazing. The dish is finally finished over there. You guys can take a look at what it looks like finally. If you want to get all the details on how to make this recipe, get all the ingredients and the shopping list for her secret little ingredients that are so yummy, you can also get the details from our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Congratulations, first time cooking on national television.
Thank you very much.
You did a fine job.
Thank you.
I'm going to take these to the table. All right, let's take these to the ladies.
Yay!
Ta-da! These are like donuts.
These are
in
the
muffins.
donut disturbed muffins.
So excited as well. We eat them.
Basically.
Yes. Have a go.
You can stay.
Taste them because I want to know your opinion on them if they're really good.
Oh. What a great idea. How did
You're going to want to.
She said she found the recipe. She found a recipe that she really wanted to try out, and only because Afternoon Express asked people to submit things, she thought now's the best time to try. So the first time you make a recipe and you win a competition, how crazy.
It's in.
Delicious. Yes, without the calories. Donuts without the calories.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
So tomorrow's show is not to be missed, ladies and gentlemen. We're featuring a plus-size model and stylist, Yoliswa Mnoto, and we're giving away a personalized styling experience with her to the value of 5,000 Rand. So head over to our Facebook page right now and nominate a friend who you think most needs a personal styling experience and why.
Now, the competition only runs until the end of the show tomorrow, so hurry up and nominate. And this is unbelievable. Thank you so much. Lauren Wallett, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're amazing on social media. You've gotten so many incredible posts. You've got to go and check it out. Everybody loves your book. Everybody loves your book. And of course, thank you so much for teaching us how to declutter.
Pleasure.
I'm going to declutter this plate now. And
happy eating.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, plus-size model and stylist Yoliswa Mngoko joins us in the loft, and we chat to exceptional businesswoman Tabeleng Likotsi.
Another feel-good production.